you have for questions?
Obviously, how tough is it when you're basically half your rotation is out?
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, but we're not making excuses. I was proud of our team today. We came out. I felt like defensively, the initial possession, I felt like we locked in. I mean, Blake had 30 the other night. She had 10 tonight, and I felt like she was frustrated as far as getting her shot. Give them a lot of credit though. They found other people that were open. Our rotations were off a little bit, but I felt initially our defense was locked in, and we guys got to keep getting better. A couple of times we had to help on the wrong side, and so we had a rotation there. Our bigs have got to be better as far as talking and where we're trying to hedge. That's got to be changed a little bit too. But for the most part, I felt like we were locked in initially defensively. You could tell we were getting stops. Offensive rebounds, first and second quarters, we've got to be better in that. We talked about that as a team. I just felt like we gave up too much in the second chance category. Points off the bench. I felt like they really did a good job as far as their players coming in and handling that. So we were given turnovers, and the thing is, our turnovers are live ball, and so now it comes into a fast break. I think it was 24-6 in turnovers too. So you look at those three areas, we've got to clean that up. But we did play hard. Felt like we finished the game. We get within 16. We had so we get within 16. Then we had that one, and then it changed it. So we got to keep working. Yep.
First game of the Paris, just how much did you miss having her on the floor and just the shot creation that she's able to put up?
Yeah, it's everything. It's we're missing really four starters. I mean, really. I mean, and you don't realize until you get out there and you're losing that firepower as far as scoring, and you saw that in the first quarter. Usually the first quarter we've been able to stay ahead or have a lead, and it's been the second quarter we've had to adjust. So we had trouble scoring tonight. I felt like we got good opportunities at the basket. We just didn't finish in the first quarter. I mean, they were right there. I felt like we were taking care of the mismatches. We just didn't finish, and so some of that is, we're not a team that flops and tries to get a foul. We go straight up. We play hard all the way through, and sometimes you got to sell that foul, especially going to the basket. I didn't feel like we did that the first quarter. So I felt like the third quarter, though, I mean, we if we'd played like that the first and second quarter, it would probably been an even game. We could do the fourth quarter, anything could happen. So I felt like we did a good job of finding those mismatches in the third. But Paris provides the attack. She provides the shooting. She provides the leadership. I mean, it's all the above with her. And so when you miss somebody like that, a key player, it's tough, especially the first game when it happens. But we've just got to be able to find it and stick together, and hopefully we get maybe one player back or two players back next week.
What was her? We didn't get to talk about it too much in detail last game. What's her injury in this?
So I think it was termed a mid to high ankle sprain. I think that's what it is. So it's TBD on time frame, but yeah, probably 1 to 2 weeks minimum.
The the fact that you're still in the race to get into the postseason, how do you kind of get that to keep the confidence up and make sure the confidence stays up?
Honestly, we're not even talking about that. To be honest, we've got to worry about ourselves and clean up some defensive things. The last couple of days. Well, yesterday we talked a lot about defensively. We tried to zone them up a little bit just to mix it up. We wanted to stay out of foul trouble, and I thought we did good. We just gave up 2 offensive rebounds in the first 2 possessions, and we've got to be able to execute on offense. We've got to be able to finish. So if you're in that first quarter, you don't finish those layups. We had layups that we missed. Then what happened? You saw we start settling for shots. So we had 4 shots in a row that we settled for. That were all outside. That were not good shots. We can't have that. We've got to be able to attack and finish. We just got to keep playing. I was going to come back. We got to keep playing each and every game as it is. I think if we start looking ahead too much, that can play with you mentally, I think, and we're not that team that can handle that right now. We've got to just focus on one game at a time, and we're fortunate to still be in the race, and we got to look at Southeastern and try to go play better on the road.
Ellis tonight, it seemed like maybe it was out of necessity in that, but she really seemed to be more offensive minded.
Yeah, I think yesterday you could see a little difference in practice. She had 2 games that weren't her best games, the last 2 games after having 21 against UIW. So she came in and I felt like she really looked herself in the mirror and wanted to prove tonight that she can step up to that moment. And we're challenging everybody. I need everybody that's healthy to. I mean, even the ones that are playing, some of them are not healthy too. But we got 4 or 5 with back braces in practice. But step up. You get the minutes now. Let's see what you got, and you need to step up in that moment. And at times we got that tonight. At times we didn't. You can see some of the defensive rotations were off, so they've got to be better than that. We'll work on that Monday and Tuesday.
How important were the third and fourth quarters to come together as a team and start to pick up offensively going into this next week?
Well, you don't want to be in a position like that where we're down like that, but I think sometimes that's the toughest position as a coach, to keep your team together, to keep your team playing hard. But you see the fight that we have. I mean, we're not giving up. It's whether we're in zone, whether we're in man, whether we're in press, they're going to play hard. We've got some things we've got to clean up defensively. I liked offensively, we kept with it, the attack. You saw that. And I felt like we were getting to the free throw line. We were getting to the attack. But again, we've got to make shots, and we have those available to us. We missed a lot of layups tonight, and we had some wide open shots, especially on kickouts. We got to hit those shots. So tonight was our night. You look at the difference in 3-point shooting, it's plus 18. We got to be better.
There, Yespis, where is she? Is there a time frame, or does she have still a protocol?
So she got, I think it was her second or third day today. So she had the shoot around, and then warm-ups count today as her second or third. So she's in the progression. As long as there's no setbacks, I believe it's either Tuesday or Wednesday will be her last practice before she's returned to play. So hopefully everything stays online. But, I mean, it's a tricky thing. I mean, anything can happen in between those days. We just hope it stays positive.
If she stays positive,
yeah,
I think Thursday night.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Anybody else close to coming back?
All right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Coach.
Thank you.